event, that's just it, yeah. I've been about it ever since I was legit. Represent, that's legit. Ask your mom about it. Coldest story ever told. When the storm had hit my home, I was out there on the road, I ain't had nowhere to go. They used to turn their nose, and man, they done, I suppose this the life I chose. Every day, man, it's a show.
Hey, what's up, you guys? How y'all doing, y'all? Welcome to Authentic Ears. It's a great day for us, but also a sad day, but also a great day for moving forward, for better ventures, for different opportunities that we are most definitely going to be working on. Hey, thank you for joining us here at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Like, subscribe, share to Bold and Driven. Doing great things over there. Hey, it is what it is. What's up, Jasmine? I thought you was gonna be at the hoops at the AAU today.
I feel like I should be the coach.
Why?
Because I'm always there. Like I should know everything now.
What's up, Uncle Junior? Hey, look, but you know that's how it be. But you see, when your kid when it was football, I ain't have to stay out there on the field. I could just send my King out there. And then I could go get back in the car because he already told me he don't need me out there distracting him and stuff while he practicing. So, and for track, I ain't show up for track with Lariah. I just showed up and yelled the whole time, doing all the games. So I ain't have to really show up.
You wasn't the embarrassing mom for King, was you? In there hollering, being loud in the crowd, was you, King?
When I went to track meet, yeah, you could hear me. But King already told me he don't want to hear all that stuff at the football game. Like, I could say something like he'll acknowledge me, but he don't want me being extra because King kind of, if y'all Sterling, you haven't met but he kind of like low key, like he just mellow. You know what I'm saying? I could call his name. He ain't gonna, cause you know they ain't supposed to be turning around, coming up to the thing, talking to their mom. King ain't gonna turn around. He's gonna be looking straight ahead, paying attention to what the coaches and stuff saying. So. Yeah, but yeah, I'm probably an embarrassing mom. They always used to say they could hear me at the track meets over everybody, but it is what it is. My daughter still hold a record at Pebble Hills, you know, from my motivation and my voice. What's up, Sterling? How you doing? I think you damn near retired now.
Yeah, I get my ID card this Wednesday.
That's kind of big retirement.
Look. So how you think you're gonna feel when you get your ID card?
I don't know, because it's not like I have taken I'm going straight into the workforce. So it's not like, I could take a break. And actually, I don't know. It's sometimes I have my moments, sometimes I don't, but it's a big transition. It's something to get used to. But I'm happy overall that, I accomplished 20 some years of service.
Yeah.
But sometimes I look at it like, man, 20 plus years is gone just like that. Like,
yeah. We I think I cut you out. What did you say, sir?
Especially when you've been doing it since like a teenager. Like I've been doing it 19 years old. So this is like I knew 19 to 40 years old was military and lifestyle, comfortable being spoiled of the lifestyle, and now going into civilian workspaces, like you working with people that don't have the same mindset as you, so it's different.
I ain't gonna even talk about the civilians. Like a lot of them, to me, Jasmine, no offense, honey, they don't know anything about implied and specified tasks. Like they just wait for people to tell them what to do. But that's how it is. So me, I be like, so we ain't gonna do that. They be like, nah, we ain't. Nah, they ain't tell us to do that here. But I'm like, but it needs to get done. No. So it's been a challenge, for me, just going into, because I went straight to work as well. So it's kind of like, and I got bored though, because I was gonna take a 6-month break.
Yeah.
I got bored. I got real bored. So I don't know. Cam, how you doing?
Man, I just been working, man, bad. I had to go to Baltimore, Maryland for work. I had to go out to Aberdeen Proving Grounds and talk to some customers out there. And then also I hung out in like Baltimore for a while. And if you gave me a house for free and told me I didn't have to pay no bills, I wouldn't live out there. Not happening. I don't
Why
understand
not?
how they do it. That side of the world over there, I just ain't feeling it. I'm just not feeling it, man. It's like even when the plane was coming down, I was like, I do not want to be here.
Do you think it's because you a country boy and it's city?
Yeah, and seeing all the buildings, it just wasn't me. You know what I'm saying? So it would take some getting used to. Then I came back a week, and then after that, I had to go to Redstone Arsenal for some work. But I want to tell y'all one thing, because I used to be a really, really hardcore guy, and when I was younger, I had a high pain tolerance. So I decided to do something this Friday, y'all, that I hadn't done in years. And I'm going to tell y'all, I was shaking like a stripper. Director, if you could show the video, would you show the video, please?
Was you too clear?
Man, I couldn't even sleep when I got back home.
So, hold on. Did you get some numbing cream?
You know what? Yeah, I put the numbing cream on later, and it does. And let me tell you, once it kicked in, I was able to finish the rest of the tattoo. Here's the catch to that numbing cream.
What?
I got home. I was like, oh, man, this ain't nothing. I laid across that bed. That numbing cream wore off. My teeth was chattering like I was freezing. I was like, oh, my God. Man, it was excruciating pain, but I had to get that cover up because I'm trying to get like my whole inside of my body here done. Now that I, get my stomach and get my rib cage. So I'm working on the project, but I just wanted y'all to see what I did this Friday.
Hey, I want to put up the comment that Uncle Junior said, like, civilians are lazy. And then he was like, oh, shoot, I'm a civilian. Many civilians are lazy.
We are.
Hey, I'm a civilian too. Uncle Junior, we really technically not civilians. Like I had a whole argument at the job. I said, I'm really a veteran. I'm just here with y'all. I was like,
Civilians are lazy. We are lazy. I mean, because you kind of understand, like, this is what I'm working. Anything before or after that, you ain't getting nothing else. What's in my job description is what I'm doing. And that's how I feel.
You know what? That's the problem. That's the problem I find myself on my job. I signed up to do this, but I come in like trying to thinking I can change the world. And I think that's where we also go wrong, thinking like having that military mindset that we, okay, we got, like you said, applied tasks. This stuff supposed to be done. Nobody need to tell you. When in the civilian world, we can't knock them for not wanting to, because they want compensation for what they do. In the military, it's not no 24-hour, 7 days a week job. You know what I'm saying? But these people out there coming to work to do what they being paid for, not no extra. So I'm starting to get it now.
Yeah, if y'all gave me some rank at work,
I'm tired, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I might just do a little bit more, but I ain't getting no rank. I don't get to go to the board. I don't get that. So what I signed up for on that offer letter is what I'm doing. Anything before or after, you ain't getting it. Sorry.
But they had to tell me that at my job because like they was like, I'm telling you, they off the chain. They'll come in there and be like, we don't get paid no overtime. Come on, everybody, let's go. It don't matter what's going on. Everybody's leaving out the door because I work 14s. Everybody, if you get off at 10, 6, you leave. Everybody leaving. You know what I'm saying? Like out the door. Sterling, how you think your adjustment gonna be? I know it was hard for me, and I know me and you talked briefly about, the challenges and stuff that I had. Mm-hmm. How you think you're gonna be?
Well, I talked to Cam a lot about my job, searching and stuff like that here in Texas. But I got blessed to go ahead and work with a company called Skocum Contract Services, which is on Fort Hood. So
Okay.
I'll be working over at CIF dealing with flipos and stuff like that. So I still had an interaction with the soldiers, but at the same time I won't be directly with the so I'll be in the back. So if you need to come see me with, no pay dues and stuff like that. I had to pay for some CIF items. You gotta come see me. So besides that, I think it'd be a good transition for him because most of the people that I have interviewed with at that company on Fort Hood is all retired veterans. So it'd be pretty good for me.
Yeah, most definitely. Hey, if y'all didn't know, for our listeners, our season is coming to an end. Today is gonna be our last show for the season. We will be back. I'm not gonna give you Terry with the flippers. We know about those. We're not gonna give y'all an exact date, but it's gonna be about a couple of months or so. But we're gonna be working on some great things during that time. I still most definitely everybody needs to like, share, subscribe to Bold and Driven, because if you don't, you're not gonna know when we're coming back. And of course, Bold and Driven is always moving hard. I always got new stuff coming up. So hopefully we come back at the same time or a different time. We'll let y'all know. But this is going to be our last episode for this season. Next season, we're coming back hard, even better, stronger than ever. As you know, this is all our first time doing a podcast. So before we get into some recaps, I want to know, for me, just trying to spearhead it and coming up with ideas and brainstorming. And shout out to my people that's in the background that has been helping me, Jay, since Jay picked me, since it's the last season. For my people in the background that's most definitely been helping me because this is something I have been working on for 2 years, and it takes a lot of people to come together and make it happen. And I really appreciate Cameron, Sterling, Jasmine, just for all the dedication and stuff that y'all have put into it. But how do y'all feel about this being y'all first podcast? How do y'all think it was, as far as most of us, all of us have been leaders or in some type of supervisor position, but just being out in front of the camera, and it ain't scripted. We ain't studied for this. So how y'all feel? Anybody could go first. But it looked like Jasmine want to say something.
Do it.
Yeah.
I didn't think so. It doesn't feel bad. I was nervous because I was like, I don't want this to be like a podcast where we're bashing anyone. And it just turned into us like really sharing our own experience instead of just putting it off on one group of people or persons. And so I like that it wasn't just people sitting around bashing. We were also able to talk about mental health, suicide awareness, especially in the climate today where suicide rate is very high, still climbing. We were able to share those experiences. We weren't talking just necessarily to keep up with the hype. It was mainly just our experiences with everyday life. So I think it turned out good. It was at first, I was like, I'm not going to get on here and be bashed, and then I'd be a meme or somebody share my stuff or something. Like, I didn't want to do that.
Look, so, once you make it to social media, you social media famous at that time. Sterling,
really, Uncle Junior.
Go ahead, Sterling. Cam and Sterling, hold on, put that back up because he's talking to y'all.
We're talking about that dude. I think that's that.
No,
dude.
he's talking about we can come kick it us in between these. I know Antoine will love, but I nobody finna all with Antoine. That's when Jazz was like, I got something to say, and she had to go. That's who she's talking about.
That's why I laughed. I knew who he was talking about. Uncle Junior, when we on this little small hiatus, we are taking a break and not arguing with people.
Sterling, what's up? How you feel? Sterling, you came in hot and heavy. You was back by popular demand.
He's
and y'all,
favorite.
I can't pick better co-hosts, like straight up. Like, so when the season come back, I'm gonna creep back into this because these are the faces that I want everybody to see. So, but we coming back better, much better. Growth, understanding each other, learning different stuff, understanding our audience. But Sterling, how you feel about you seem like more like a natural at it though.
Yeah, I think at the beginning, it was a culture shock because it's like you not only like talking just to y'all, but you don't know how many people are watching this podcast, whether or not they subscribe and stuff like that. There's people still, millions of people still watching stuff on YouTube. I think the biggest thing that helped me out during this podcast, just my personal, beliefs, is that it allowed me to be vulnerable, more vulnerable with myself as a man, opening up and expressing myself naturally. I think the podcast allowed me to express my feelings, express how I feel about certain, situations, certain subjects that's going on in the world today. And, even when it comes to relationship stuff, I was able to be vulnerable and try to express myself more and not be the one that's, stubborn or standoffish and just say, hey, fuck it and let stuff go.
Yeah.
I enjoy the podcast. I enjoy talking with y'all. I enjoy the back and forth, conversation with people in the comments, even the ignorant ones and stuff like that. It is what it is. But, overall, I enjoyed it. I came in the middle of it, and I came in on a hot topic. I think it was what was it? What was that topic we had? I was
talking relationship something.
There's something about, me in the kitchen and
oh, I remember that. Wait a minute.
Yeah, that was a wild show that day.
I remember that one.
I can't remember what it was. Non-negotiables.
Yeah.
I knew it had something to do with some relationship stuff because I remember they kept on saying, "Where's Sterling at? Where's Sterling at?"
Non-negotiables and stuff. That's when I start talking about clothes burning and stuff like that. I was like, man, y'all crazy.
Well, I ain't never burned nobody. I give people their stuff back. Get your stuff because I don't want that bad juju in my house. Cam, what's up? What? Cam say he don't talk much, y'all, but ever since I know him, he been talking.
Well, the thing about it is, it's about, if you really, like I said, you really know me, it's about detecting the energy and who I like, because it's either all or nothing. There's no in between with me. I don't fake it. I don't run. If I don't fool with you, I just don't fool with you. And that's how I prefer people to deal with me. You know what I'm saying? But to get back to your question, how this has helped me is like, first of all, it was completely out of my element. You know what I'm saying? But then I got on there. It like allowed me to like Sterling said, like to be vulnerable, also to see outside of my own box, to see other people's perspective, and also it allowed me to see how other people think, and to let me know that I can take things that I can that I can bring into my life that can make me better, or when the people talking like left-handed, you can just let it go out the door. I also learned that people got the right to think and say how they want, but we have to always understand that it's how we respond to things that's the big deal. As long as you live in this earth, people gonna say what they want to say, they gonna do what they want to do. But it's about like when you entertain monkeys, you become part of the circus. You know what I'm saying? So,
see, but I don't go to the circus no more. So, because I don't want to be no clown, so I don't go to the circus and argue with people. Hey, but check this out. I think we got some clips out there. Let's see clip number 1 if the director could put it.
I don't say that I get frowned upon, but I have seen to where people have looked at me differently, but nobody has treated me like, oh, you're an outcast, so you can't be here. Now, I will say, hey, I go home, I'm not in that neighborhood. I'll drive through. But you won't see me get out of my car, hanging at the basketball court and hanging back on the corner because the era has changed. These kids nowadays don't got no respect for the older generation. So everybody's out for themselves. So that's really all I got to say about that.
What's up, Cam? Cam, what you got to say?
Well, mine a little different from Sterling. It's like from the time I was a kid, and I don't have no shame saying it. Like I was a kind of timid little kid. I was real small. I was even more like 135 pounds when I joined the Army. And everybody in my neighborhood was a little bigger than me. I was just real timid. In my childhood, I really clung to my granddaddy a lot, and my childhood friend Truman that I always tell y'all about. If you saw him, you always saw me. But I got bullied a lot, got picked on a lot. And all throughout my childhood, I was like, I'm leaving this place and I'm never coming back. I'm never coming back.
Wow. Hey, y'all, if y'all missed that episode, there was our episode, I think it aired like 2 weeks ago. It was called Crabs in a Bucket. Look, Natasha, Love you to death. I don't even know how she did that. I don't even know what to say. But
I will never be. The magic she's been able to work this year. I just hats off to you, Tasha. It's just we give you something. I can't say I won't speak for what Kenya has given you. I hand you some stuff and you work magic with it. So just hats off to you. And I just didn't mean to interrupt you, Kenya, but it's just Tasha, Bolden, Drev, Tate. It's really something special, man. It's bigger than just being on a podcast, but for y'all to know, it's a family setting. We talk outside of this podcast. We talk in the back room, and to me, it's just bigger than Authentic Ears or just bold and driven. We kind of, get in each other's personal lives to a certain extent and things of that nature.
So, Cam, let me ask you, Sterling was talking about how when he go back home, he'll ride through. But you talked about, being bullied as a child. How do you think that affected you, growing up? Or did it have a positive or a negative effect on you?
Well, it had a negative effect at first because my mental was thrown off. Until I surrounded myself with the right people and say, no, you use that fuel as something positive to benefit you. Yeah. So what I did was all that bullying, all that talking down made me want to get a bachelor's degree, want to get a master's degree, want to do 20 years in the Army, go over there doing them deployments so I can have Escalade 1, Escalade number 2, Denali number 1, Denali number 2, a brand new Corvette off the showroom floor. Done owned 3 houses before. Done had 4 motorcycles. Trying to brag, y'all. Not trying to brag, but it lets you know them people that try to tear me down could. And I hate to. And I'm not materialistic, so please don't think I am. But it just lets you know I use that energy and what people try to tear me down and say, you know what, I'm gonna get it, and that's what I did.
Yeah, and they're pretty much like most of those people that they be in the same place, in the same predicament that they were bullying then, they bullies on their jobs, they bullies on their relationship. So,
But one thing that I did learn now, it's a little bit off subject, but 50 Cent said it and it made so much sense. Have you noticed when you go into an event, and I'm just talking for men mostly now, but this can pertain to women too. When you got a guy that's a baller, he at the club, what he doing? Popping bottles, turning up. Have you noticed it's always the dudes that's never doing well to start the fight? It's never the baller that really starts the fight. Or if you look at the chick that's at the top of her game, they never starting the fights. It's always the people that's not doing as well that want to go out there and start the drama. Have you noticed that? Have y'all just thought about that? Because when you go in the club, you got the dude that's shining. He not trying to fight nobody. He in there turning up, popping bottles, got about 15 girls that's just waiting to go home with him, and you got haters that's not doing so well that want to bring him down. You know what I'm saying?
Think about that, Sterling.
I know what he's talking about. I see it on Instagram. 50 Cent was talking about it. It's true. I mean, but I don't know. I guess I don't go into those establishments anymore to see it firsthand, because those establishments right there, somebody's gonna get hurt regardless if you ball or not. So somebody gonna get hurt on. But he is right, man. It's like the people that's doing good, always in that type of environment, but at the same time, they still get caught up in some BS because, they in that environment. That's the same thing with that actor. I think that actor just got arrested for supposed to be
Jonathan Majors.
Yeah, supposed to be domestic.
Did you see how quickly they turned on him?
Yeah. You know what he went from? He went from the snack for all the ladies to now you ain't nothing.
What did he do, Jazz?
Allegedly. Let's say allegedly.
Allegedly,
He was fighting his girlfriend at the time, but it has come out that he is actually the one that called the officers, and that they have a video now showing that he wasn't the attacker. He wasn't the aggressive one. But it's so quick. It just shows you. 1 minute the world loves you. They put you on a platform. And next minute you do anything. It's like you can't make a mistake. But how
they know you because people waiting on your downfall, Jazz. They waiting on your downfall.
They just sitting there waiting. I'm like, dang, the Army done pulled the plug on them. And I know y'all Army people, but all that mess that be happening down there in Fort Hood. How y'all gonna pull the plug on that man that fast? Pulled his ass and everything.
I mean,
Well,
Just like that.
that's the same thing with, like I said, there's people watching this podcast right now that's not in the comments, not saying they probably think that we stopping this podcast for something negative or something didn't go right between us four. But for y'all go shove it. For y'all, do what y'all do.
No, for real.
But you know, it's always gonna be speculation like that. Always ride with Bold and Drip. When we come, that's why I'm telling y'all. If y'all don't subscribe, you know what I'm saying. Like
it's gonna be 15 times better. They just don't realize.
You gonna miss out on what's going on. If y'all ain't following Mr. TMI, y'all gonna miss what's going on, what's coming hot and what's coming.
They will never miss what's going on because they are always watching. They will not subscribe, but they will always be watching.
Have you noticed the ones that stay on your Facebook page? They know they don't like you, but won't delete themselves. I don't get that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it.
Looking at IG story feeds. I be seeing.
Yeah. Okay. Natasha said they be jumping on the council culture wagon so fast.
You can't cancel nobody.
They be wanting to though.
You can't cancel nobody because what's for them is truly for them. Y'all built that. The last week, the man was so fine. You wanted to have his babies. You was in love with him. You just loved how he carried the teacup around. Now that today, he a woman beater. Like these women don't be out here beating on these men too.
Yeah.
Thing about it is, Jazz, most dudes not finna call the police. I had a situation where a chick slapped me 3 times. And everybody was saying, man, you should have called the police on her. But the women will call the police on you in a snap. And believe it or not, as dudes, it's you just gotta be accountable. That's how we go wrong. We let these women get away with touching us and not having their butt locked up.
Yeah, call them. Because I don't play police games. If I had to call the police, I would never speak to you again. I don't play them games.
Look, I ain't finna go to hitting on you because you might let me hit you 2-3 times. You know what I'm saying? But I might hit you that one time and you may lay me out.
But you know what, Kenya, you can hit me. Kenya, you can hit me 10 times. If I smack you once and you just fall over the couch and be extra dramatic with it, I'm the worst man in the world. And you know that's the way the world got.
No, did you see the girl in Mississippi, right? She went live on Facebook outing her husband, saying that he wasn't a good man. I went to her Facebook page too, y'all. But before that, she was saying like he cheated, he was bisexual. She started saying all this. So then the same day, she went live on Facebook and her mama, instigating ass mamas, y'all, sitting up there. Oh yeah, he could have cooked the kids some food. He could have did this. He could have did that. The man just trying to leave out the house. He like, let me just grab my stuff. I bought everything in here. You can't go. She killed them on Facebook Live, murdered them in front of their kids. They have 4 children together. Now she gone. The mama screaming. She's screaming. I'm like, are you serious?
Yeah. My grandma used to always say, if you can't get along, get apart. Mm-hmm. Like, bottom line, if we had to do in relationship, you are going to have those times where you're going to have arguments and stuff. But whenever it becomes mentally abusive, physically abusive, financially abusive, you just get apart. Like, why keep on staying in some shit that ain't finna work? You know what I'm saying? Why keep on staying in some mess that ain't finna work? Because I'm gonna tell you right now. Now, I ain't gonna even say that. But if you hit me, I'm hitting you back. Bottom line. That's just how it's gonna be.
I don't do no hitting.
I ain't finna get beat on.
You can't even yell at me too loud. I'm just honest. Don't even yell at. Don't do that.
I don't think any of it is like physical, mental, verbal. You know what I'm saying? But I think the worst is like that mental abuse. That mental abuse, like.
So that shifts the person. You change my whole dynamic of how I view who I am as a person. So when I go into this world, how I see myself, it's no good. It's no good.
That's why we have to, like I said, Kid Jazz, I think that's why we have to be so endraped in self-love.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That you can never, I know my value so much that, hey, I'm out.
Yeah.
You know you have to have those people around you that believe that too. They see what you see. You know, if I see I'm this and I'm that, like Kim was saying, and I'm not bragging. I didn't think for 1 second you were bragging. I'm proud to hear.
But you would take some to be like, he materialistic, he bragging.
No.
But people don't see the 4 years total sitting in Iraq in the desert, not having no Christmas, no birthday, no New Year's, no this. Then when I come home, son, I'm better than somebody. I mean, you don't know what I sacrificed and went through to get that. But you know what? I used to try to explain myself. Now I tell them, if you think I'm better, I'm better.
Yep.
Look,
I'm gonna argue with you for about me. Why would I do
that? No more.
Look, but Sterling, for his mental, I think mental abuse is more powerful because it causes you to lose yourself. Mm-hmm. You become into this shell. You clamp up. You scared to even come out and be yourself because they mentally playing these psychological warfare games with your mind. Mm-hmm. And then you start second guessing yourself on every little thing that you do. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to put this dress on. Oh, I look fat, or I'm too skinny, or I'm this, or I'm that. And it'll mess with you. And unless you actually go and get some help for that, you are always, that's where all that depression and stuff come from. And people say, well, you could just get out of a relationship if you get mentally abused. Not when it's been embedded in you. You don't know how to leave. You don't feel like you could do anything else. You feel like you're worthless, and you can't do anything with your life. So you don't know how to leave.
But Kenya, don't you know, let's go back since we're doing a recap of the podcast. Don't you know, if we wouldn't compromise our standards, that a lot of this stuff, I feel, not saying it won't happen, but we can prevent a lot of the things by having a standard for ourselves and saying, you know what? This is what it takes, and this is what I champion women to do. And I'm just saying, Sterling, you can agree with me if I'm wrong. Dude, if you want to be with me, this is what I require. Mm-hmm. And if you can't give me that, you're not getting me. But you know what y'all won't do? Y'all will start off saying that, and then you compromise this, and then you compromise that. Then next thing you know, you're deep. He doing this. He mistreat me. No, this is what it takes to be with LaKenya. This is what it takes to be with Jasmine. And if you ain't doing it, I'm out. But y'all won't do it.
Well, I guess in some cases we don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Because
y'all have so much power, Kenya. And I'm putting the game out there. Steve Harvey threw it out there, so I'm doing it. Y'all don't realize the power y'all have over us, but y'all relinquish it.
Well, sometimes I think that we start looking at the potential that you may have. So, and then it's kind of like a catch-22. Okay, I want a man that got this, but then if he don't have that and I go down a little lower, now I'm compromising my standards. So it's kind of like, it's a catch-22. It's a catch-22. Damn if you do, damn if you don't. Damn if I want the man that's making $60,000, but then I go over here and talk to Blojo that make $32,000.
Why he gotta be Blojo though? Why he can't be Rick? You know what I'm saying? Why the dude gotta have a jacked up name to make Chris? Hey, why the dude that made $60,000 was straight, but old dude that make $30,000 Blojo? See, man. Go ahead, kid. I ain't mean to interrupt you.
You know what? I ain't gonna even finish. Hey, director, do we got another recap? Because his name Blojo. First, in some families, my family feel like if there is no drama, there is no fun. Oh my! Yeah. Go ahead, Sterling.
All right, so just give you a background story. My mom had a stroke back in 2014. And she's still recovering from it. She don't work. She's disabled. She's paralyzed on the left side of her body.
Sorry to hear that.
But for some reason, my mother stays in drama with family. I don't know if it's something dealing with her mental capabilities, but she tends to get all the bad drama that's going on with their family and hold it in and try to push it out and let everybody know what's going on. I told her, I said, that's not healthy for you. To sit up there and entertain drama within a family when your mental capabilities are not all the way there. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I just feel like Bold and Driven said, drama is it's crazy because drama can keep going for years and years and years and never be resolved. And you can be gone for 10 years and come back to a family reunion. They want to bring up something that happened 10 years ago.
Yeah. Why is there such a gravitational pull towards negativity? I don't understand it.
I think as just being straight 100, I think as a black race, I think we feed off of that negativity shit.
Yeah.
Just as a black race, a lot of us feed off the negativity. A lot of us get a lot of enjoyment off of seeing somebody fail. So we see somebody fail, not saying us in particular, but a lot of us black people see somebody fail as like, oh, we won.
Look at them. Yeah.
Look at them. They know they was always been fucked up. So they had this one mistake that just, fumbled and they just went to the left and now I can laugh about it. But, for some reason, as a black generation, we see it all the time. Everybody laugh about the negativity.
Well, hey, so let me ask y'all. I'm gonna start with you, Sterling. We came on this podcast and we shared a lot of things, and just being vulnerable with ourselves, and with our family. How do that make y'all feel as far as actually being able to be open and walking in your truth, even though the past is gone, we moving forward, but just walking in your truth and how it actually shaped you into who you are today? Because you talk about addiction and we talk about toxic family members, toxic parents. I don't know if me and Jam ever shared this. Like, our mom was on drugs for how long? I don't know. Too long. And it was a challenge, you know what I'm saying, just growing up like that. So Sterling, how do you feel about just sharing publicly for something that it can actually come up at the family barbecue?
I tend to that's just me, like, personally. I tend to try to avoid certain conversations when it comes to my family members. It could be a trigger of one word or a trigger of a text message. I'm like, hey, I'm done talking. I'll talk to you tomorrow. To not engage into it. But I will say, like, all my experiences in my life, I'm still not saying traumatized by it, but I'm still, I go back to it and think like, wow, like, I actually been through that crap. You know what I'm saying? I see someone else going through it. Like, man, I've been through the same stuff. But, when you in uniform, and I say a lot of times as a platoon sergeant, a PL, a lot of these people look at you like superheroes. Like, you don't have nothing that goes on in your world. So, yeah, I'm continuing to learn stuff about myself on a daily basis, especially when it comes to friendships, relationships. I'm growing and I'm looking to say, okay, how could I approach that situation a different way? Because my approach to things not always the right way, and I'm grateful that I have somebody in my life to say, hey, this how you should have did it, or this how I think you should approach the situation. And I sit back like, oh, you was right. I should have, went back and thought about how I express myself about that situation. So, I just tend to not try to revert back to it, but it's like that's life trauma that will never go away. I don't care how old you are, just like you just talked about your mom was on drugs for years. My mom was too, and those conversations still come up sometimes. Me and my mother talk, because she feel as though she failed me, during that time of my life. And it's still traumatizing to her because me and her relationship is not the best. And she thinks it's because of those times when she was on drugs, those times that she chose a man over me. So it's just a lot of stuff that I keep in back of my mind, and I try not to bring up. But at the same time, I tell anybody, once you go through trauma, it never goes away. I don't care how much therapy you get, it never goes away. And if somebody sit up there telling you that stuff goes away, you just forget about it, they lying. That's straight lying about that, because when you have you have embedded drama in your life, especially as a child, you're gonna forget it. So
I think we just learned. I think Sterling, we just learned how to live with it, and realize that it happened to us, but we still got to keep pushing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
that's life.
Jess, what you think about just being vulnerable on here and past trauma, like what Sterling was talking about?
I agree. I feel like it's life. Things happen. It might not always be in our favor, especially when you're a kid and those things happen. Because now that I'm older, it's a lot of things that I go back on and be like, why did I have to go through that? Like as a kid, because now that I am a mother, I'm like, I could never put my kids through that.
Yeah.
And so now I'm like, well, why did I have to go through that? Why was things set up for me like that? Not only was my mother on drugs, my father. So I didn't get to enjoy either one of them, And so I always think like, dang, why me? But with therapy, and I've been in therapy for about 4 years, you just learn how to deal with it, learn how to nurture your inner child, learn how to celebrate the things that you do. Because I always, even now, and I haven't shared this with anyone, but for my birthday, that was my mother's first time, and I've been gone since 2008. That was my mother's first time ever in my home, ever, in 2023.
Yeah.
Ever at my home. And I was just like, wow. I was sitting here, I was like, wow. Like, she's never been to my house. My dad has never been to my home. Like, they don't even know what color the paint on the walls are.
Yeah.
But that does trigger childhood things. But I think, like Sterling said, you just learn to deal with it. You feed your own soul. I don't look to them to heal me or figure out what they did and why they didn't do it. I just feed my own soul. It happened. It's nothing I can do about it. I'm just feeding me.
Yeah, most definitely. Hey, I think we got a couple of more recaps.
Let's see.
What we got, Kenya? What we got?
I don't know. Don't blame me on it. However, a lot of times we look towards the future. My grandma used to always say, "If the Lord's will." Happy heavenly birthday, Grandma.
Yes.
Hold on, don't call her Grandma.
We call her Mama, because I was about to say, what are you doing? That is
what am I doing? Because it's my mom, but of course it's my grandma. She raised us. Happy heavenly birthday. But she used to always say, we was like, I'm gonna pick you up tomorrow, take you to the store. She'd be like, if the Lord's will. And you don't never really understand that until you actually start losing people that you love, that are close to you, that I just talked to them yesterday, or I just talked to them last week, and then now they not here no more. So living in the past, holding on to stuff, because I had a really hard time. I had a forgiving problem. Like I did not, if you cross, and I'm still working on that. I ain't all the way there yet. But if you cross me, you cannot come back across that line.
The thing about it, you know what, Kenya, what the perspective that I look at it on, we're dealing with that is we want people to render us that same grace. You know what I'm saying? And I know it's a challenge sometimes that you'd be like, man, this person did this to me, but what do you want done for you when you mess up? And that's how I try to humble myself, you know what I'm saying? Because you can sit there now, Kenya, but you don't know what life is going to bring.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right.
Not that I would ever wish anything bad on you, but, like I said, things can happen where you would want to have forgiveness. And I think that's where you kind of have to
that's how I feel about forgiveness. Like I will want that same grace upon myself, because people make mistakes. And if you know better, you'll do better. So you kind of got to, a lot of people don't know better. So, yeah.
So remember that, Kenya. When you get cheated, Kenya, when you get cheated on, you got to render that grace.
No.
And give him a second.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
I don't even remember that one, Kenya.
Hold on. So now that I'm actually, because I only asked for some clips, now that I'm actually looking at it, I was reluctant with your speech that you gave me. Did y'all see my face?
You was almost giving till I got stupid with it in the end, didn't you?
So now I'm still working on myself to extend grace. I was reluctant. Y'all, I'm still working on it. Terry said therapy is definitely a key to past trauma. Yeah, if you going through something, you got to get a little help. Sometimes we try to work out stuff on our own, like myself. I swear. But this is the crazy thing, y'all. I can help everybody, and give advice. I cannot take the advice that I give other people. Like, and they'll come back and say, hey, thank you for the advice that you gave me or whatever. But I'm gonna work on extending grace, Cam.
You should.
Today ain't the day though.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
You
I almost had you convinced though, didn't I, Kenya? Till I messed it up.
You're about to cheating. Ain't nobody finna extend no grace to no man cheating. You too old for that.
Or no woman cheating.
Or no woman. I don't date women, so I just said man.
But I'm just happy because I know Sterling was gonna say, look at me side eye, because he ain't gonna deal with no cheating.
We ain't giving no grace to nobody. Well, you know what? As I've gotten older, I realize even with cheating, things happen. It's how you do it and what.
So you saying let that man cheat in peace?
No, I'm not saying that, but I understand that sometimes things happen. It's about the change behavior. Now, you can't cheat on me, apologize in 3 months, you cheating again.
Some people are serial cheaters, but then Cam and
Jazz, you know what, Jazz?
Is that compromise the standards?
But what forced him to cheat though? Like what forced him?
Exactly.
You know, I feel like if somebody want to cheat, I think you should just be like, hey, like this is where you messing up at. This is where, you know, I feel like our relationship, you know, is not working. Let's go ahead and go our separate ways, you know. But don't sit up there and just cheat. You know,
just cheat to be cheating.
Yeah, it don't make no sense to me.
Some people are serial cheaters, though.
Yeah, but not cereal like you eat, like Uncle Junior just spelled it. We mean SERIAL, not cereal cheaters like Kellogg's Frosted Flakes. Uncle Junior.
Some people are serial cheaters.
Look, the God told me no. When I said that, God was like, you didn't mean that. Let me kick you off because you did not mean.
I mean, at the same time, though, like we talked about it before. You know, those uncomfortable.
I'm not gonna cheat though, Uncle Junior. That's the thing.
Those uncomfortable conversations.
So I don't even have to think about it. Yeah, Jasmine. Yeah, they was like, you don't went too damn far. But go ahead, girl.
Now they're saying like those uncomfortable conversations is
yeah, I know you were, bro.
They key, man. Like you gotta have those uncomfortable conversations. You gotta be willing to, you know, if you mess up, say, hey. I messed up. Not saying cheating messed up, but if you messed up, you know, how you approach the situation with your significant other, you got to talk about it instead of letting that stuff just linger and linger. But, you know, at the same time, you know, you got to make that person comfortable to have those conversations with you also. You know, that person not comfortable to come out and express themselves, and it's something that you're doing wrong as a partner.
Some people just be cheating,
But the thing about, I think the key is like, there's two things my granddaddy told me. He said, he had told me about always telling the truth. And then he said, grandson, when you tell the truth, you never have to remember what you see. And that might not make a lot of sense to people, but he always used to tell me that when I was little. He said, if you tell the truth, you never have to remember what you see.
It's gonna always be the truth. You got to think back on it. But Jasmine, back to this cheating shenanigans you got going on.
I'm not a cheater. But I do believe that if a person can change their behavior and realize, you know what, I made a mistake. I apologize for treating you this way. This won't happen. And they really change their behavior. I probably could show somebody.
Yeah, Jess, can you explain that to me? Like how, not to get off topic, how are women able to give, like not saying y'all don't hurt just as bad as we do, but how are y'all able to get a second check? Jazz, you give up mine. You give up mine. You're never the same to me. I don't see how y'all do it.
Oh, I ain't happy about that. It ain't no secret in my marriage. I was cheated on about 4-5 times, and I think
Jasmine cut off soon as she was getting good.
she can pick it back up when she comes.
Right back up on that, but I don't think I'm not.
Can you answer that? Like can you like
I can't answer it.
No, I'm just talking about all right, Jazz, come on.
Kicked out, but it's just like you become numb. Even if the man does change, even if he changes his behavior, the woman has already changed too. So everybody is changing. Like he might recognize his flaws and what he did wrong, but the woman, it's something in her that changes as well. So I don't know, but I don't want to date a cheater.
I'm not dating no cheater, and
I've been had my share, honey. I'm
just Cam, I don't know.
Jazz. Well, I ain't gonna. I might be a serial cheater because, like, my favorite cereal is like Captain Crunch.
Yeah,
but sometimes I slide out and eat Frosted Flakes. So I am a cereal cheater.
You be cheating on your cereal.
Yeah,
I do too. But yeah, because sometimes I like tricks, and then sometimes I fool with the Fruit Loops because they're really
Something is wrong with y'all today. Yeah. Let's go to the next clip because I don't have time to be I don't got time to be playing with y'all and Uncle Junior.
On me. It is.
Because you ain't finna cheat on me because I feel like you're a serial cheater if you cheat one time.
No, he said my Wi-Fi is cheating on me, and it is. Y'all want to know what it is? It's my kids. That's what it is.
They sucking up all the bandwidth.
They streaming properly.
They doing something.
Yeah. Next clip.
Okay, hey, do we have another director? Do we have another recap? You do.
I don't know what Cam talking about showing grace and cheating. You better call Tyrone. Come see me get your stuff.
No. You call Tyrone, are you going, I guess I'll see you next lifetime?
No.
Next lifetime will work because he might be a changed person. I don't know, but it would have to be a next lifetime. Ain't nobody
will definitely have to be. You know, Tamara Hall did a show on with Erykah Badu. I want to say it was like 2 weeks ago, and I seen it. And she was saying a lot of people were saying that a lot of guys named Tyrone was calling her, talking some that were sending her letters, talking some she ruined it for them. I don't know how true. I can't even vouch for that because my dad named Tyrone, and he was player from the Himalayas. See, Jamie, you back on there with your cheating shit. Jam,
I don't condone cheating at all, but I understand people change. I can understand if you working 16-hour shifts at the hospital Monday through Friday and on call, and then something might slip up and happen. I can understand that. That's
Jam, let me write this down.
We talked about that on non-negotiables. We talked about that. Like, you got to slide sometime in for your significant.
No, I'm not saying I would let it slide. I think that some people can change in that process. So if you ever cheated, are you still a cheater?
I have cheated before, but
are you still a cheater?
No, I'm not.
Okay, so if I can show you that grace, now I'm not saying you have to stay with that person, but people do change.
But I'm gonna tell you like this though, Jazz, and I'm telling you, men will change. No lie, I'm telling y'all.
Yeah. For the right,
hey, but hear me out. They only gonna change for one woman.
For the right woman.
Well,
it's only gonna be for one, y'all. Not them other side pieces. They's probably still just gonna be getting smashed.
Well, so let me ask y'all this. Is that really true that they'll change for the right woman, or they'll change when they learn the error of their ways?
No. I'm telling you, Ken, you don't go there. You heard what I said.
No.
Hey,
I'm not giving nobody a green light to cheat.
No,
I'm saying that it could happen. It happened.
Before
like say if it happened and I cheated and I knew, hey, I really made this mistake and I apologize. Like I would never do this again. I would never put myself in a situation again. Do you give me grace or do you leave me?
Oh, I'm dipping.
Yeah, but at the same time, though, it's like I feel like you have to change your ways before going to a situation with somebody. Like it shouldn't just take a person to basically change your whole perspective when it comes to relationships or change your perspective or not cheat. You have to stop those bad habits before entering a situation, because you got to think about it. Yes, a man will change for the right woman. But at the same time, he has to be willing to change for himself first because you're not bringing nothing to the table. You're not changing for yourself. It's like basically like you living off of her, her whole beliefs in a relationship, her whole ways, just say, hey, I'm a good woman. So now you're just going to change all of a sudden. No, you got to change yourself. And that's vice versa.
But I'm saying, but the thing about it is like, I agree with you, Sterling. The man will change himself. But the thing about, I get where you're going.
Yeah, I mean that's the right woman will make you think outside the box and have you looking at things a different way in a different light. But at the same time, as a man, you have to change your ways in order to be good for that woman that you do meet. You know what I'm saying? Because that woman could be the bomb. She can be everything that you want. But if you're not willing to change for yourself to make that relationship better, then it's not going to be anything.
I've been over here taking notes. I'm sorry, y'all.
Look, and my brother is in the comments saying, I'm giving him a green light. Brother, no man is going to cheat on me. Because my brother is in the comments, y'all.
I see him up in there.
Look, I'm taking notes for the next season. Because Jasmine, these some shenanigans you got going.
No, it's not even shenanigans. I know that the men are saying that they're gonna leave a woman, but I have met this woman, one of the kids, my friends, my daughter's friend. She was the cheater versus her husband being the cheater, and she is just like up in arms with like, I made a mistake. I don't know where I was thinking. I don't know how I got to this point, but I got to it, and I apologize. Like, I'm changing my number. I don't want to do this. I just want my family. So does she deserve the grace?
But would she change for the right man?
And does she deserve the grace?
Oh, y'all asking me?
Yeah, I'm
asking both of y'all. Does she?
Oh no, yeah, she will get it from Jesus Christ.
I mean, you got to understand though. It's like this, right? When you with somebody, when you have your significant other, like you protective over that. So if your woman goes out there and give that away, it's like, damn, like how can I sit up there and still look at her the same, or how can she look at me the same if I gave something away that's supposed to be ours, not anybody else's? So I don't.
Yeah, because most men don't ask for a lot. They don't.
I'm not. If you cheat on me, like that's it. There's no coming back. I can't do it. I can't do it.
But if you cheated, if you were cheating, if you were the cheater, would you expect for her to forgive you?
My older self, yeah, my older self, when I was out there like just doing dumb stuff, I'm like, oh, she'll take me back. It is what it is. But like now you at a point in your life, we all at that age now where we like, okay, either we're gonna do this or we're not gonna do this. There's no in between. It's like you all the way in or you all the way out. Like you cannot be 50 in and have 1 foot out in the street saying that you still want to go out there and mingle with different women. Like
that's exactly how I looked at it, man. I'm about to be 47 years old. I need to sit my old butt down. You know, I'm gonna be getting freaking my breakfast half off in Denny's in a few years for the old folks. I'm still out there cheating for.
I mean, but you got to let them know.
We'll be getting the senior citizen breakfast in what, about 5 years?
Yeah, y'all are.
But you gotta let that person know that you want to put that 100% into it. Like this is what you want. You gotta like let that person know like this is where I want to be. You are who I want to be with, and I'm going to make all these sacrifices to be with you. Like if I mess up, not saying cheating wise, but if I mess up somewhere in our relationship, let's talk about it. Let's fix it. I don't want to just sit up here and say, hey, go our separate ways because we cannot communicate effectively.
Yeah. No,
you got to work on stuff like that. And like I said, yes, it takes a lot for a man to be vulnerable in certain situations. But, like a guy I posted the other day, like vulnerability is not a sign of weakness. It's not a sign of weakness. It's a sign saying you understanding yourself as a man and you willing to be vulnerable in certain situations when you come to your woman. That's it.
We let society make it seem like the tie vulnerability to a weakness. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I agree with you, Sterling. But it's just I think, Anton, can y'all post Anton's comment up there? Anton said it plain and simple when it comes to that cheating. Can you put Anton? No, not that one up there. The other one that he just put. The last one he put up there.
You gonna always say you sorry.
Hey, no. Because, man, we just can't take it when y'all stronger than us.
We're going to look at you every time we wake up in the morning. We're going to look at you like, damn. Like, somebody just up there digging you out last night. Now you think we
feel?
I'm telling you, I'm talking about it. It's Sterling. I'm like, man, I don't even want to touch this.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, it's like, you know how you want, like how your woman is. Like, if you know how your woman is sexually, you're like, oh, damn. Like, shit. And now you realize, And now you realize, she out there dealing with somebody else. Like, God, like,
yeah. I was thinking about that too when you was talking to that girl. Did he do what he did when we do that special thing? I was thinking about that too. Right.
But Gemma, not the special thing that you trying to figure out where did you learn that special thing at. So where you learn that special thing at, but it's supposed to be our special thing. Then I find out you done learned that special thing from Tracy. Now
don't go there because I know if I'm at home getting bottomless throat, why I gotta worry about that old boy Rick getting bottomless throat too? Don't go there.
Baby, he getting it all, right?
Just sit.
It's not special with the side chick.
It gotta be, cause
my answer is be devastated.
He coming back and she coming back. It gotta be special. You done play at the hotel. You got a whole house. You gotta play in the hotel. What?
And you paying
a phone bill. You picking up a little extra bill on the side. She ain't no side chick.
Like Antoine said, like we be devastated. Like
be devastated.
You talking about devastated, baby? If you want to lose some weight, go through a man cheating on you. You talking about losing some weight?
I ain't gonna lie, man.
Let a man cheat.
I done seen some down bad. I done seen some women down bad, boy.
But cheating is. I don't do no cheating. I ain't gonna.
I don't want to play with nobody. Like
I don't know if you ever seen the comment. I think Kevin Hart was on this show called Pivot. I don't know if y'all watch Pivot on YouTube. Well, he's on there talking about his homeboy. Him and his homeboy wife. They swingers, right? They swingers. So Kevin Hart, homeboy, and his wife went to a swingers party, and Kevin Hart said that him and his homeboy and his wife, they out there doing certain things, and he thought he was like the man. He thought he was a man, like dropping it down his wife. So somebody at the swingers party just busting her down. He said he wasn't the same ever since then. He wasn't.
It's always better.
He was just out there like he was watching somebody bang his wife all crazy. And after that, he said that relationship hadn't been the same no more. He said he's seen his wife say certain things that he's never seen his wife say before. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I'll tell you, man.
I'm not fooling with y'all. What was Uncle Junior's last comment that he just had up? Dudes get in the gym and get on their grind. Y'all know I stay in the gym. Follow me.
Me and people are heartbroken, though. We just show it more. Boy, your insides is toe up after I cheated on you, baby. You can barely breathe.
Hey, you don't know how many times we done rolled by your house, sit in the parking lot, got my homeboy car and pulled up at your house and you don't recognize it.
Man, let me tell y'all. So I was actually divorced. We were in our own spot and everything. The guy was dating. Oh my gosh, I say this. I'm gonna say it. The guy was dating was like, yo, I think your ex-husband follow us. I'm like, no, he cool. Like we signed the papers. We good. We both agreed. Y'all, the man was following us.
No,
I came over to the house to drop the kids off. He's sitting on the couch eating a bowl of ice cream, just depressed. And we're divorced. Depressed.
Gemma, was it a little bowl? Was it a little bowl or a big bowl?
It was the bell. What is that? The bell bunny? The with the spoon where you you just going through, you just grab the bucket and grab the spoon. I was like, oh man. And he was following us. He finally had admitted to it. He was like, I was just in a depressed state.
So we just in a spelling competition. We ain't even finna be on the spelling bee today, Bold and Driven and Uncle Junior Network, because y'all is showing out. We know we speak a little bit of Ebonics here, but y'all ain't got to show out. Y'all inside show up, literally.
Show up.
Hey, y'all, check this out. Let's move on to our next clip. We're going to get ready and wrap this up real soon.
Yes, the blue bunny friend.
I would respond better to, I think, a black cop pulling me over, asking me stuff versus, a white. So what do y'all think about that? Do you think they went rogue, or what do y'all think?
It's possible. I mean, it's incidents now that are coming out saying that they have been targeting black. It's Memphis. The crime rate is high. Memphis hasn't really always been a safe place. So, I mean, even if you, like you said, even if they're black, they all skin folks ain't your kin folks. You know, somebody might get out there and they have their own objective of what they're trying to do or how they're trying to do it. It has been a few men coming out saying, hey, I was targeted by them as well, just pulling out my garage, just driving down the road. These men are being targeted, and these are black men, black officers targeted.
Yeah.
Man, it just, I don't know, it just ruffles my feathers, man, because it just seemed like, man, we just don't have no accountability about ourselves. If that Scorpion unit would have jumped on a white guy, some white person would have went up to talk to the mayor to have somebody fired, and there would have been a trickle effect, immediate. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, yeah, I know those guys had a tough job, like Jazz said, because it's in Memphis. You know what I'm saying? My mom lived in Memphis. I see how it is and stuff up there. And, you know, I don't want to represent the whole city like that, but it's parts of it that's really, really rough. But I think those guys kind of probably had some bad intent too as well. If you're out there and you see that you already have a little bitty small guy, it's 5 of us, he can't hurt any of us. You know what I'm saying? We can, you know, we have no problem restraining him, getting him down. Why do we have to continue to walk the dog with him? You know what I'm saying? So that's what lets me know it was ill intent, because the dude wasn't nothing but 150, 60 pounds. It didn't need all 5 of y'all. And once y'all got him per day, you treat him humanely. You know what I'm saying?
I know some of them, some of the first responders were fired. Do you think everybody that showed up there, they should have been reprimanded?
I do, because working, especially the first responders, just being in that environment when we hear EMS coming in, you see the doctors and everybody moving. You know what's coming in. Yeah. So as a first responder, you're already prepping yourself, prepping everything, and that should have been what it was.
Well, y'all, hey, that was a good. Sterling, was you there? Was you on that episode?
I don't think he was.
Yeah, he may not have been on that one.
He wasn't.
Is that the last one, or we got one more?
That was not the last one. But you know, as we move into our next season, you guys like, subscribe, share, and follow us. If you don't follow us, you ain't gonna know what we're doing, and you're gonna miss out on a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff we talked about today. I was over here writing this stuff down because y'all is something wrong with y'all. Y'all out of control. I ain't even know nothing was wrong with y'all. But as we go on to our own journeys in life, we most definitely want to always stay connected, which we will. And Sterling just retired. Sterling, man, me and you had a conversation, and I did too, and just self-love and just enjoying each other. But we're gonna put this next clip up. Shout out to my girl Shan. I gotta hit her up because we got some big things coming next season. Director, put the next clip up, please.
When I first got out, it was a very hard transition. And to realize that the people that were my battle buddies, my supervisors, my superiors, and, you know, my subordinates, that they were no longer caring about Chief Williams anymore. Yeah. You know, like, I didn't matter. Like, once they knew I was getting that DD 214, it was just like, deuces, you know, make sure you give us all your knowledge, you know, in these handbooks and guides and stuff. And that really hit me hard because I was going through a tough time because I went through a medical board because I got diagnosed with type 2 diabetes and I got really sick. So when I went through that, I felt so alone because I'm just like, who is Chantilly? Like, I didn't even know who I was because I joined when I was 17 years old. The military is so structured. They tell you what to wear. They tell you where to be, how to be there, everything. So, you know, even when you're off duty, you're not really your own person when you're a soldier. Yeah. But I really had to ask myself, like, okay, who am I without the Army? Like, I was terrified to get out. I was like, am I military smart or am I just like smart for real? Like, am I gonna make it in these streets? You know, I had a lot of anxiety, separation anxiety, and I had that diagnosed as a mental health for me, separation anxiety. So figure that separation anxiety and being a soldier who has deployed and things like that. But to be honest with you, my self-love, I really started looking into that. It got activated through my healing when I finally said, okay, why am I being triggered by this in my love relationship or this in my work relationship or, you know, my family? Why should this thing trigger me, what this person said or didn't do or whatever? And it was because I was looking for love in them when I needed to know that the love I really needed to come from within Chantilly, not from when somebody else, because when you're relying on some love outside of self, then that can fluctuate. That comes with conditions.
Hey, you guys, self-love. Shout out to my girl Shan. Shout out to Bold and Driven, Sterling, Cam, Jazz. Hey, it's been real. Y'all like, subscribe, share. This is not the last you're gonna see of us. But if you need a platform, don't try to because y'all know what? Hold on, let me backtrack. Y'all know that little belt that Mr. TMI got that he talking about some world greatest podcaster, he the podcast champ and all that. Y'all know we coming for that this year from him, right? Because every time I watch his show, he be having it like sitting right there, like it's his or something. And it's really ours. Y'all want to submit and y'all want to battle with us, y'all hit Mr. TMI up. Subscribe to Bold and Driven, and we're gonna see who are the podcast champs. But as always, it's gonna be authentic ears. Hey, self-love, this journey that we're going on. A lot of us, well, all four of us are going in a few different directions in the next couple of months. So we're gonna be finding some new things out about ourselves. And then when we do come back, it's gonna be better than ever. It's gonna be great content. It's gonna be great guests on here. It's gonna be just a big plan for us because we kind of got together, did this, came up with some ideas, came up with some topics, and I think we can most definitely get much better. Hey, y'all got any closing? Hold on, I'm gonna act like I'm in the but we are the champs though, Bold and Drew. Like
don't come for the
you can't
champ.
come for the champ if we already there. That's the thing. Now I gotta get on your show tomorrow in the comments and remind you that we the champs. Tune in tomorrow to Mr. TMI. You know what I'm saying? If y'all wanna, look and see who the champ is, because I'm gonna be up under the comments talking about how I'm the champ. It is what it is. Hey y'all got any closing remarks?
Thank y'all for watching. Just everybody that tuned in. I see people saying they'll see us next season already. Like, we just appreciate, people who didn't subscribe but still looking. We appreciate y'all too. It's just four people who got together and we just share our life experiences. That's what it is. I like it. I love it. It's our therapy. Sometimes we don't got to sit in a chair and talk to that woman or that man. It's us. This is our therapeutic session. So I'm here for it. I'm glad to meet Cam and Sterling. Cam cracks me up. Like, if y'all really got to know Cam, y'all would just fall in love with him because how he is, what you see is what you get. Sterling, how chill he is, he's like that in real life too. So I'm just glad to meet them. I like when they finna come this way, they shoot me a text, hey, I might come that way. I'm letting you know. So I love that. I'm glad I gained two brothers from this as well.
Okay. What's up, Cam?
Man, it's almost, even though I would be super, super sad, but I know we all just going our different ways for a second. We're going to do our individual ARs and we're going to be coming back together in a few months and it's going to be like 10 times better. So I'm kind of sad, but I know I'm not really sad because I know we're on the bigger and better things when we come back for next season. But I just appreciate all the viewers, all the comments, and believe it or not, mostly for me, the new established relationships, whether it be, with Kenya and Sterling and Jazz. I really appreciate y'all so much. Also, TMI, Tasha. It's just, I have very few people in my life that I fool with anyway, and I consider y'all as genuine family. So it's just, I appreciate, everything Authentic Ears and Bold and Driven has brought to me. And I thank all the people that watch, even though I know some of y'all probably were my fans and some of y'all probably thought I was on that old bull job, but I appreciate you anyway.
Yeah. Hey, let's go up here to this city boy with his smooth athlete. Just come on, just ride us on out, girl.
Just want to say thank all three of y'all because I came in on the back end. Thank you for believing in me to be, a co-host on this podcast. Thanks to all the people in the comments, even the ones that said crazy stuff and stuff. But I mean, it's all good. It's all love, and I'm ready for next season. That's it. Next season, get it popping, and that's it. We're gonna have some crazy topics though.
It's gonna be crazy because y'all know I'm about to be harassing y'all in these group messages.
We know.
Y'all know.
We know.
Look, and Sterling, you have the colors for the photo shoot because I don't know if y'all seen Sterling. Sterling be clean than a motherfucker.
That mug be clean. Hey, the board, he get A certified with the board of health.
All day, every day.
You might, like you said, can you? They might catch us on a couple of live podcasts, and we all together in one place.
Look, you never know. You know what I'm saying? You just never know what you're gonna get. But the only way you gonna know is if you like and subscribe to Bold and Driven.
Gotta do it.
That's the only way that you are gonna know what is going on. And if you need a platform to come over to, you're looking at doing your own podcast, you want to have your own creative rights to what you want to do. Hey, I like wholeheartedly hit up TMI. You know what I'm saying? Like most definitely. I think when I talk to him, I only could talk to him really once a week because I be keeping him on the phone for like an hour and a half or 2 hours. But I be having a whole bunch of shenanigans going on. I got to talk to him about my Feel Love life. I got to talk to him about the podcast. I got to talk to him about all this stuff. Hey, but y'all, thank y'all for tuning in. We will see y'all next season. But we're going to be dropping some shorts and stuff. So we ain't going to be gone. We're going to be here, but we ain't going to be here for real, y'all, in real life. Hey, holla at you. We love y'all.
Love y'all. Peace.
Real raw, relevant, that's just it, yeah. I've been by the days since I was legit. Real raw, relevant, that's just it, yeah. I've been by the days since I was legit. Real raw, relevant, that's just it, yeah. I've been by the days since I was legit. Real raw, relevant, that's just it, yeah. I've been by the days since I was legit. Represent, that's legit. Ask your mom about it. Coldest story ever told. When the storm had hit my home, I was out there on the road, I ain't had nowhere to go. They used to turn their nose, hey man, they done, I suppose this the life I chose. Every day, man, it's a show.